Hello everyone. This presentation is about decision making and branching in Java. In this presentation, we will see various forms of if statement, then switch statement. After that, we will see while, do while and for loop statements. After that, we will see break and continue statements, and at the end, the label loop. When a program breaks the sequential flow and jumps to another part of the code, it is called branching. When the branching is based on a particular condition, it is known as conditional branching. If the branching takes place without any decision, it is known as unconditional branching. Java supports the following statements known as control or decision making statements to implement branching. These are if statement, switch statement, and conditional operator statement. The if statement may be implemented in different forms depending on the complexity of conditions to be tested. These are simple if statement, if else statement, nested if else statement, and else if ladder. Now, first is the simple if statement. Here is the format of simple if statement. If test expression and then statement block. That is, now if the test expression becomes true, then all the statements in the statement block are executed and the execution control goes to statement X. If the test expression is not satisfied, then the execution control directly transferred to statement X. As an example here, if value of marks is greater than or equal to 75, then on the console it displays well done. Now, if else statement. As shown in the general form, initially the text expression is evaluated. If the result of the text expression is true, then all the statements in statement block 1 are executed and the control is transferred to statement X. If suppose the text expression is not satisfied, then execution control is transferred to else part, that is statement block 2 is executed and the control is transferred to statement X. As shown in the example now here, if n modulo 2 is equal to 0, then even number is displayed on the screen. Otherwise, on the screen, the message odd number is displayed. Now, the next form of if statement, and that is else if ladder. As shown in the general form, initially condition 1 is evaluated. If condition 1 becomes true, then statement 1 is executed and control goes to statement X. If condition 1 is not satisfied, then condition 2 is evaluated. If it becomes true, then statement 2 is executed and after that control goes to statement X. If all the conditions are not satisfied and if else is available, then the default statement is executed and the control goes to statement X. Now the switch statement. As shown here in the general form, the expression in the switch statement is evaluated first. If the result of the expression is equal to the first case value, that is value 1, then statement block 1 is executed and the break statement transfers the execution control to statement X. If the result of the expression is not equal to value 1, then it checks whether it is equal to value 2. If so, it executes statement block 2 and the execution control is transferred to statement X. In this way, if suppose the result of the expression is not matching with any of the value in the cases and if the default block is available, then the default block is executed and the execution control goes to statement X. Here is the example of switch statement. Here, if value of n is equal to 1, then the word 1 is displayed on the screen. If n is not equal to 1, then it checks whether n is equal to 2. If it is equal to 2, then the word 2 is displayed on the screen. Similarly, if value of n is not equal to 1 and if it is not equal to 2, then it checks whether n is equal to 3. If so, then on the screen it displays the word 3. And suppose if value of n is not equal to 1, 2 or 3, then on the screen it displays the message as invalid number. Now, the conditional or ternary operator. This operator requires three operands: condition, expression 1 and expression 2. If condition becomes true, expression 1 is evaluated, otherwise expression 2 is evaluated. For example, now we are going to calculate the discount amount, and it is based on the condition that if the purchase amount, that is P amount, is more than 1000, then the discount is 20% of the purchase amount, otherwise it is 10%. Here, according to this statement, first the condition P amount greater than 1000 is evaluated. If that condition becomes true, then the expression P amount into 20 divided by 100 is evaluated. Otherwise, the expression P amount into 10 divided by 100 is evaluated, and the result is assigned to the variable D amount. Now we will see looping. Repeating the execution of a set of statements forms the loop. The Java language provides three constructs for performing loop operations. The first one is the while statement, second do while statement, and the third one is the for statement. First is the while statement. Now, according to the general form, first the condition is in the while statement is evaluated. If that condition becomes true, then the statements are executed. After executing these statements, the execution control is transferred back to the while statement to evaluate the condition once again. Again, if the condition becomes true, the statements are executed. Otherwise, the execution control is transferred to the next statement, that is out of the loop. As shown in the example, initially 1 is assigned to the variable n, and then it checks whether n is less than or equal to 5. And now here, since n is less than 5, it will execute the statements, that is first displays value of n and then increases value of n by 1. In this way, every time after executing these two statements, the execution control is transferred back to the while statement, where the condition n less than or equal to 5 is evaluated once again. And when value of n becomes 6, the execution control is transferred out of the loop. Now the next looping statement, that is do while statement. Here, as shown in the format, when the execution control reaches to the do statement, first it executes the statements and after that it will evaluate the condition in the while statement. If the condition becomes true, then it will transfer the control back to do statements, and from the do statement again it will execute all the statements and the control goes to while statement to evaluate the condition. In this way, after executing all the statements, it goes to evaluate the condition, and if the condition is not satisfied, it will transfer the execution control to the next statement, that is out of the loop. Here is the code to display all even numbers between 2 to 20. First, 2 is assigned to the variable n, and after that it enters into the body of the loop, that is it displays value of n and then it will increase value of n by 2, and when value of n becomes greater than 20, it will transfer the execution control to the next statement, that is out of the loop. Now the in case of while statement, the condition is evaluated first and then it will execute the body of the loop. Therefore, the while statement is referred as the entry control loop statement. Whereas now in this do while statement, first the body of the loop is executed and then the condition is evaluated. Therefore, we say that do while statement is the exit controlled loop statement. The third looping statement is the for statement. This statement includes three sections, that is initialization, condition and update. Now according to the syntax, initialization part is executed, followed by initialization part, the condition is evaluated. If the condition becomes true, statements are executed. After executing the statements, the execution control is transferred back to the for statement, where first now the update part is executed, and after that the condition is evaluated once again. If the condition becomes true, statements are executed once again, otherwise the execution control is transferred out of the loop. Now here is the example to display 1 to 10 numbers on the console using the for loop. The break and continue statement. The break statement is used to exit a block contained within a switch, while, do, or a for statement. When a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop is immediately exited and the program continues with the statement immediately following the loop. Continue statement. The continue statement is used to skip the current iteration of a for, while, or do loop. When Java encounters a continue statement, it short circuits the current loop and moves to the next iteration. Now, the labeled loops. In Java, it is possible to give a label to a block of statements. A label is any valid Java variable name. To give a label to a loop, place it before the loop with the colon sign at the end. A simple break statement causes the control to jump outside the nearest loop, and a simple continue statement restarts the current loop. To jump outside a nested loop or to continue the loop that is outside the current one, use the labeled break or labeled continue statement. Here in the example, when value of I is equal to 2 or when value of I becomes true, the continue statement transfers the next iteration with the outer loop instead of executing or starting the iteration with the inner loop. That's the end of this presentation. Thank you.